What's up guys, Patrick Droney here. We're in Lincoln Hall in Chicago on the State of the Heart tour. This is show 7 for us. Put out a record this past year. It's 20 songs, big feat. Really happy to be back on the road. I want to show you some gear. So guitars, we got the, this is the American Professional Strat. You know, it's stock, it's beautiful. I do a lot of work with Fender, and this has been a really great friend to me. It's been on a lot of records. And pickup wise, this is the DiMarzio's, the Virtual Vintage, Heavy Blues, and the bridge pickup is a patent applied for 36th anniversary. And I really love warm, fat neck pickup, but with my Strats I like to have a bit of a bite in the bridge. So that's this guy. It's been a good friend. I'm a 10 gauge Ernie Ball guy. As a young shredder, I was a 9 gauge. I liked them light, but 10 is a sweet spot for me. I really love these Fender locking tuners. So these really help me because it's a really fast pull it in, lock it in, snip and go. And that helps me a lot. I guess the blend wise, I really live in between these guys a lot, the bell tones, and then between these two. And yeah, as far as tone goes, I don't mess with it too much. When I want to pull back, I mess with the wah pedal more for tonal stuff. So pretty much set it and forget it, and it goes by pretty fast. But I do love this guitar a lot, and we got to have a white Strat in the mix. We got another Strat here. I'm a Strat guy. This is an American original 60s Strat. Again, DiMarzio modded out. We got the virtual, Virtual Blues, the Heavy Blues. This is the Super Distortion, and I really love the kind of patinaed tone knobs, and same thing, locking tuners and 10 gauge string. And really, it's the same setup as the white Strat, but has just a little more of a woody tone, a little woolly tone, and kind of can go between either one of those, white and red for me. But neither is like back up to either one. The black Strat is really my number one Strat. They're both back up to the black Strat, but it's just kind of a feeling. Like I think when I'm doing some really heavy blues stuff, this tends to be a little fatter. So I'll pick up the red one, but it's just kind of a calling. And some nights I don't pick up another guitar. I play one. I just kind of get in the zone and keep going. So yeah, but this got taken off I think at ACL a couple years ago, and I just kept it off because I thought it would look cool. And I got the DiMarzio strap locks as well. Keep me safe. And this guy is my baby. So this is a master build Strat from Chris Fleming. You see here, C.W. Fleming. This was one of his last guitars he built in the custom shop. So this was a clone of my custom shop Strat. That was my number one Strat that I thought was too special to take out, and Chris made me this, and now this is kind of almost too special to take out. But this is all over the State of the Heart record, and this is they're all DiMarzio pickups, and Chris really did his own thing. These are just some old 80s, like, you know, I don't even know what they are. I just kind of Chris's magic, and this fell off somewhere along the way, and it's already cutting me every night, so I got to replace that. But I've never played a Strat that's felt so good. It's better than the one it cloned. It's a modern C-shaped neck, and again the locking tuners. But it just feels like my number one forever. And I had Chris sign it. I'm a sentimental guy, so it's really, really special guitar for me.
Yeah, you probably have.
And it's a lot of the record, so yeah, it's a good one. We're doing some acoustic songs, like it's a little different for me, but I did ask Fender to send me something just to take around, and this is the Redondo Acoustic California series. And it's been treating me well. It's got the tuner inside it and keeps it pretty simple. I'm actually plugging it into my amp through my board, because we did a DI for a little bit, but I just wanted a little more vibe, and it's been lovely, so I appreciate Fender. And then Melissa's playing this guy, Tacoma, and this is in an open D tuning. Yeah, that's all. I don't know too much about it, but it sounds beautiful. Jerry Harvey in-ear monitors. These are Melissa's, but these have been life-saving on this run, because, you know, from venue to venue it's just different, and it's good to have a nice mix in your ears as you go. Amps. So this is the Friedman Bucks and Betty. So when I was making the record, I was messing around a lot in the UAD stuff, and honestly the amp simulator that they have for the Bucks and Betty, I fell in love with the digital version. So I wanted to try the analog, and it just kicked my ass. It's so loud and it's so powerful, but again, really warm. I'm an overdrive guy, I'm not a distortion guy, so, you know, I keep the bass kind of hot and the presence back, as woolly as it can get, but it's the loudest amp I've ever had, and it's just been a beast. My backup is the Vibrolux, and it's just tried and true. This is a newer one, and change out the speakers in this guy. What did I put in here? I put out American Vintage Warehouse speakers in these guys, and Texas Heat Eminent speakers in this one. And yeah, they're fun, but I really have the Friedman on go the whole set. I've never shown my board before. This is a big deal. I'm doing it. This is my board. So I've had a lot of these pedals for a long time. I don't change my board much. I'm a huge wah guy, so I got a Crybaby here, just pretty standard. But this is used way more than I thought I use it, and I see videos. I'm always on the wah pedal, but I love it. This is the Ernie Ball. It's got the, I believe it's like a Kevlar tie for the volume pedal, and it never breaks, so that's really nice. I use a Polytune. This is a really special pedal. This is the Roger Mayer Voodoo Vibe, and this is pretty old. I've had this since I was a kid, and this is that Robin Trower, Hendrix, swirl, chorus, rotary sound that I just love so much. My main overdrive is the Plexi Drive. This is my secret sauce with the bass boost on, and I add to it with the Box of Rock mostly. This is a new addition, the Bell Overdrive. I just wanted to try something. It's got anything with a bass I like to add to my board, just because I love to add more bottom end. But the secret sauce is really the Wampler with this on top of it. So this is kind of my verse stuff, my lighter solos. We throw on the overdrive on the Box of Rock, and this also has a clean boost. So when I really go to take over, it's all of them on at once. This is the Analog Man modded DD3. So it's got a bit of a filter in the delay to kind of gets it out of the way. And that's this guy right here, that's the mod. And yeah, it's pretty basic, but I do love creating some space. I'm a very big texture guy, and I know a lot of guys have a lot of ways to do that, and there's a ton of pedals to kind of create space, but this is the Omniverb I'm using right now, and I've had this for about 2 years, and it's very simple. You see I kind of mark my sweet spots, and I just kind of hang there, and a good test of a pedal is if I can move it with my foot. So I'm playing, and I'm just kind of like, all right, more, less, more, and that's kind of my fingers as I'm playing. It gets a little noisy up here, and I don't always have this on, but the noise suppressor, I've always kind of had one in my boards. I don't use a compressor in my pedal board, and that's pretty much it. I mean, this is XTS out of Nashville. Exact Tone made this board for me, and it's been really, I got it when I did a Seth Meyers a couple of years ago, and it's stayed perfect ever since. So I'm grateful for those guys. But yeah, that's my board. I kind of just love what I love, and I don't mess around too much. So this is the mic we're using on this tour. It's an SE V7. The reason that we like using this is there's plenty of rejection. So if I'm on it, you're catching it. If I'm off it, it's not catching everything else. I first heard Stapleton using these, and it's been a really good friend to me on this run, and I used it in my last run. And we have a couple. SE's a great company, so they've been good to us, and yeah, it's worked so far. So I guess this is one of the most important parts of the show, isn't it? Yeah, it's a great one. Little things like picks. I'm using the Dunlops, about 1 millimeter. I like them pretty hard. When I'm playing acoustic, sometimes I'll go thin, but mainly I like some give. You just see I got them kind of everywhere. Just throw them out to the crowd, etc. And I think that's as far as odds and ends. Just find a space where the mic feels good, little things like that. And that's my drummer Travis, and he loves when I play loud, too loud for him.
He loves when I play too loud for him.
We both play too loud for each other. Yeah. As far as cables go, I generally use Mogami cables, and I've always found them to be reliable and strong current. So yeah, I'm doing the side, the angled ones. I got a Planet Waves in there for now, just for a second, but because I'm pulling the cord out as I'm playing, just little stupid things you kind of forget when you get excited. So yeah, that's the basis of the rig, and I guess the most exciting part to me is what it sounds like, so I can play some stuff, kind of show you. This is that main overdrive. This will be you know, the top of Brooklyn, you know, the kind of like it's the bass boost that I really love about that. So when you hear it, so much bottom end, and that's coming a lot from, so much bottom end is coming from the pedal. It's also the Brooklyn solo is this Wampler. When I kick on that box of rock, you get And a lot of times I switch between these pickups like at random moments. I don't know why. I don't know if it's doing much, but it's kind of a habit just to kind of trade off in these pickups. And then that boost at the top. So this would kind of be like when we're doing Rough Boy live, the Billy Gibbons, the ZZ Top song we got to do on the record. I did it with Billy. Billy played that strat actually on that song, which is a really big thrill for me. That's when I kick on the Roger Mayer, which is the swirl. Get the box of rock boost on. This is kind of like this is hot and heavy. This is the play and the wah, and we're going. That's about as hot as it gets on stage, but yeah, so this is also the stand and deliver guitar, so that's that. Just really, let's see here. All that Droney stuff. So there's your rich strat. Like I said, these are not too far from each other, but they're different enough to really make a difference. And a lot has to do with this bridge pickup, which is really hot. So this is like when the lights go out, the kind of the bite of that guitar. It's really got that bright high end that really cuts. What else do I use this for? This is the ruined strat, so this is also can get pretty delicate. I don't know, the way I look at reverb and everything is just it's more emotion and it's space and it's texture. And when I make these productions, I love to play with how the space feels around the song. So live, I tend to probably go overboard on reverb, but there's an emotion to it that I just love so much and a depth to it. But I will say, you know, sometimes on Ruined, I'll kick to the room reverb and. It is a very different feeling. And again, this wah is such a signature part of what I do. So like, talk about that solo is kind of all these guys kicked on, and I even put the bell on for this one too. Let me go. Let's see. This is where it gets noisy. And that really comes from being a big fan of like Robin Trower growing up, and then Bridge of Sighs, which is that. never enough fun. And I wish I could play the black strat for you guys, but last night in St. Louis, we had the string break, and it's completely out of tune and needs to get set up for a second. But coming to a show or listen to the record, you're going to hear a lot of this guy. And who knows, maybe one day I'll be able to buy it. So that's the guitars, that's the rig. Want to check out more, check out patrickdroney.com. State of the Heart Records out now. Be a ton of touring in the next couple years. And Patrick Droney on Instagram, Twitter, all that fun stuff. And yeah, I just appreciate you guys taking a second with me, and can't wait to see you at a show.